Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Talk That Talk Tuesday. Let's jump in. Let's jump in. Thank you guys for being here. Whoever's watching right now, please go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as you come in. Let's get this chat lit up tonight. This is going to be one for the ages right here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So I wanted to say thank you everybody for everything that you did last year. Thank you for everything that you have done for the channel, everything that you've given, all the people that you have supported on this channel. We thank you. And I just want to say we really do thank you. So as we move into the new year, we want to talk about some more important things, more serious things, have some more dialogue with people who have a perspective. And so that's what the goal is for this year moving forward. And that's what we're going to do. And so again, thank you guys for being here. The 5100 is in the building tonight. What's going on, my brother? What's going on? All right, guys. So tonight, as you can see the title, as you guys are coming in, we got Tyrus in the building tonight. All right, good to see you, man. Good to see you. CJ's in the building tonight. We got Erica's Corner in here. Happy New Year, BMU. Happy New Year to you as well. Beautiful. Thank you for being here tonight. Please share this with 2 family members and also hit the like button and subscribe button as you're coming in. Guys, thank you for being here. Now, I do want to say before we get started, as you can see the title, Should a Man Be Vulnerable? We're going to talk about the vulnerability of men tonight, right? Everybody knows that. If you didn't know, I went to a podcast and had this conversation, and how I responded ended up went viral. And so we're going to talk about vulnerability of men tonight. Your woman ain't no different. We're going to talk about how most men are naive to think that, I have the woman that's superior over other women that's perfect. But we're going to talk about that. We have videos for each one of these segments. And then the last one, women cannot commit. It's not in them to be committed. We're going to watch a video on that as well. So again, thank you guys for being here. The people that are watching on Facebook, thank you guys for being here. The people that are watching on YouTube, thank you for being here as well. All right, guys. So as we move on to the conversation tonight, I want to bring up a few people. First, I want to bring up my brother, the new brother to the network. Guys, give it up for yours truly. Caboose Tyrus is in the building tonight.
Hey, man. Good evening.
What's going on, my brother? What's going on? All right, and then we got my other brother in here tonight. Y'all already know the Dustosphere is in the building tonight. Give it up for Dusto's in the building. Welcome to the Dustosphere. And Dusto, go ahead and send DL that link. And then we're gonna go ahead and bring up. Y'all ain't seen him in a while. Man, listen. I think he went to Jamaica, didn't want to come back, got lost in customs. They thought he was a child and tried to keep him there. Something happened. I don't know. But my brother from another mother is back in the building tonight. Give it up for Mandrell.
Hey, man.
What's going on, man? What's going on? All right. The yellow skinned people are back in the building. All right.
Lord.
Last but not least, guys, my co-host already in here every Tuesday, killing the game. I want to give it up for yours truly, the beautiful, the married, the not single. Leave her alone and stay out of her DMs. Give it up for Coach K in the building tonight.
Hey guys.
What's going on, lovely? What's going on? And now
Nothing much.
Now I do want to kick a shout out to Queen Smiley. She's under the weather. We do want to say she's watching. We love you, girl. Get well soon. We're thinking about you. You're in our prayers, all that beautiful stuff. So get well soon, and we'll see you then. Everybody else that's on this network, man, thank you guys. If you're watching tonight and supporting tonight, thank you guys as well. I appreciate you. All right, so I want to check the temperature of the room tonight. Dusto, how you doing tonight, man? Mr. Muncher?
All is well. The Dustosphere will be back soon. It was closed for the holidays.
Yeah.
But it will be back open soon.
Absolutely. You sent that link to DL?
Yeah, DL, I sent you the link.
Okay. Yeah, he should have it. All right. And then Mandrell, how are you, man?
I feel good.
Oh, you look like you're missing something.
That look like a man who's satisfied, BM.
I know what I'm saying. Yeah. Look, he's smiling so hard he can play the Joker. Look at him. he gonna turn his camera
I
off.
mean,
in a
it's
minute.
good.
Look at it. Yeah. Like a man that was in a different place with something sitting on his face. I'm doing poetry tonight. Tyrus, how are you tonight?
Man, I'm great, bro. I got a bunch of first world problems I'm dealing with. I'm good to go.
All right, absolutely. And last but not least, Miss K, Coach K. Honey, how's it been over there in Cincy?
Hey, good. I was gonna respond to DL in the chat. Man, that Bengals game. I mean, I didn't watch the game, but of course I saw the
video,
the hit, and that is it's just sad. I'm obviously praying for that young man, and as a lot of I've been seeing in the comments, but also too, it's well known that he's at one of the best cardiac hospitals, especially in this area, but I'm sure in the nation too. So he's in good hands. Does anyone know his status or anything?
No, he's still in a serious condition. But that hit, what happened to him was one of those things. It's a total freak accident.
Freak accident. Yep.
Like that's like fighters do that. Like that happens. Like honestly, like in boxing, you hit. It's called a heart punch. You punch someone in the heart, makes the heart. It disrupts it, and it leaves you open because you're stunned. I mean, things like that in a sport like that is 1 in a million shot.
Right.
1 in a million shot that happens. You know what I'm saying? It was just total freak accident.
And it must be stated that he got access to the best healthcare system in the world instantaneously.
Yeah,
because that's some of the most well-trained people on the planet.
Now I was going to say that too.
In my city.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. That the response team, the medical team that responded to him, hats off to him.
Absolutely.
Because if you fuck that up, it's over for that person, right? Like the response that saw to him immediately, they deserve a raise because they did their job and did it well. I mean,
that's how it should be, you know, especially like, you know, you being in a an unfamiliar city, which is like scary for anyone, but especially having something happen to you like that. I mean, I'm glad that's something that I'm really proud of. And also too, like when my niece was diagnosed with leukemia, of course, very sad situation. She's all good. But that was something that I was very grateful for and thankful for, was that we have Cincinnati Children's in our backyard, where I met a family that came from Russia. Their child had a rare cancer, but to get coverage here or to seek care. So yeah, sad stuff, but ultimately very fortunate.
Now I want to do this because a lot of people may not know this. I got some breaking news for you guys right here. It's sad. We just lost somebody. And I'm gonna tell y'all who it is in 3 seconds as soon as I get it back up here. It's breaking news. Let me go back to it real quick, guys. Hold on just a second.
Gangsta Boo? Yeah, we know about that.
No, not Gangsta Boo. No.
The rally.
Okay, she passed too.
Breaking news: James Buster Corley, Dave and Buster's co-founder, was found dead by suicide.
What?
And
oh shit.
And
no. I didn't mean it in a way we should care if you didn't care. I'm saying, another deleting himself, multi-millionaire.
Oh, a millionaire had millionaire problems and couldn't take it. Oh, we should feel so bad for him. He had the world in his hand, in the palm of his hands. He had the world in the palm of his hands, and he just couldn't take it. Poor him.
Someone could say that about you too, man.
They could, and they probably do. That's the sad part, Coach K.
I know you're messed up.
They probably do.
Really, bro?
Yes, really. I don't care. A rich fuck kid taking himself out. I don't care. I really don't. I'm trying to give a fuck.
You don't care about Twitch?
Justo, I really am.
You don't care about Twitch?
Twitch, who's that?
Yeah.
The guy that just deleted himself.
He was probably
that's different. That's different.
Oh.
I know that kid. No,
that's different.
No, his thing.
When you talk about yourself, it's different.
No, I know that kid. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to hit you different.
But someone knows that person, man. Mandrell. And usually I'm not like, I don't jump on people about, shit like this, but that is very insensitive.
I really don't.
No,
I
it's
really
straight
don't.
up.
Y'all got to understand that
really
our
don't,
brother,
man.
my brother over here, my fellow warrior, this Green Beret over here, man, he took a lot of blows to the head. So y'all got to understand that.
Hey, I'm just saying, another rich fuck. That's par for the course. Let the market crash and not come back. They're gonna jump out of buildings just like they did in the 20s.
Wait, but if he's rich, why does that make him a fuck?
Who
Don't we
cares?
all want to be rich?
He doesn't care about us. He doesn't care about us.
You know that.
Look, when I become a multimillionaire, I'm not going to care about you. Hold on, let me finish. When I become a multimillionaire, I'm not going to care about any of you either. So, I mean, that's life.
I can't.
Anytime, you know what? Anyway, welcome to the show, Mr.
That's the way it works. What do you want me to
New
do?
Year, St. Mandrell.
Yeah, we got DL Saint in the building tonight and Mr. Bennett in the building.
All right,
glad
why
to have
not
you.
go to the victim panels?
Yeah, glad to have you guys here, man.
Let's
I want
watch the
to
victim talk.
let's go ahead and get
That's
started
how
with the show, man. I want to start out with the we'll start with Your Woman Ain't No Different. Now I have a video I'm gonna share with you guys. It's this dude, he is on some other stuff. Let me pull it up right quick. Yep. No, you know what? I'm gonna do the other one first. I'm gonna do the Women Can't Commit first. I'm gonna do that one first. Here we go.
Hey, Luke Casely.
What's up, Lou? All right, let's see.
Women don't want to be wrong. They'd
Hold
rather
on 1 second. All right, there we go. And then we'll react to this one, and we'll start the show this way. Here he is.
Is that Red Pill Ricky?
All right, here we go. Everybody mute, please. All right, here we go.
women don't want to be wrong. They'd rather lie than be wrong. It's their nature. It's not a bad thing. I'm not dissing women. Women run from submittance in relationships. Let me say this. Men commit in relationships. A woman cannot commit in a relationship. I don't care. Oh, she won't commit. She broke her commitment. She broke her commitment. She never was committed, bro. They can't. When a man commits to a relationship or a marriage with a woman, he does that in thoughts that it is forever. When a woman submits, she does that in thoughts that this is fucking awesome. And he's awesome. And I love this. And I'm getting what I want. As soon as that stops, she's like, I'm not happy. And she fucking leaves. She will tear your whole family and legacy apart, bro. And we know this is a fact.
We'll start with Mr. Bennett. Mr. Bennett, what are your thoughts?
I can't say that there's not some truth to what he's saying. I definitely think the fact that women generally, making a general statement, or more driven by their emotions, that is a major component of their bonds, of their stick-to-itiveness. So if that bond is broken for any reason, or if they're not feeling that will affect how they look at the relationship overall and whether or not they stay in it. So I won't totally disagree with what he's saying in that regard. Although I have seen certainly a lot of women be with guys who aren't necessarily the most faithful or loving guys. I've seen a lot of women stay with guys, and you ask the question, well, why are you staying with him? But I do think, if you're a quote unquote good guy, I have seen where a lot of times the woman will take that man for granted, or because there's not a lot of highs and lows in the relationship, they're less likely to stay around. So I do find some merit to his statement that certainly how a woman feels about a person emotionally, her man emotionally, has an impact on whether or not she decides to want to sacrifice and be there for the long haul. So I don't think he's that off base there.
Dusto, what are your thoughts on the video, my guy?
I'm hearing this day after day after day, man after man. Yeah, the women are gonna leave. All women are bad. They're the enemy. They're gonna take this and they're gonna. Okay, date me in then. I'm just sick of the narrative that the woman ain't going. Okay, all right. if all women are this bad, what are you actually doing? You call yourself a leader when you're approaching that woman. What are you doing? And this very energy of a dude getting on microphone, suit and tie, oh, women ain't the women. That's the very reason probably why they're leaving. Your energy. What woman should be submitting to this? You don't even have the confidence or the knowledge to even say, a woman, I have a good space for a woman to stay. If she chooses to leave, she chooses to leave.
Now,
That's
Luke Hazley says, I agree. A man suffers from heartbreak much more than us women.
Yes, but that's because
true.
men. That's because
Well, go
men.
ahead, Andrew.
That's because men approach women more than women approach men. So we're gonna get hit a lot more often than women do. You know what I'm saying? We're socialized to be that way. The man approaches a woman. The woman makes the choice whether to date him or not. You know what I'm saying? Or if it goes further than that or not. So yeah, we get rejected a lot more in life than women do. We hear the word no far more often than women do. But I mean, I'm with Dusto all the way on this. What Mr. Bennett said was true. There's some, however minuscule it is, of truth in what he says, kinda. But for the most part, that's just victim talk. And
but here's where
wait. I for one am sick of hearing that kind of stuff because he's a loser, and only losers talk like that.
But I think where I would push back a little bit on Dusto, in respect to Dusto, I think you actually said it in your statement. You basically said that the woman's energy, or why she would stick with a guy, is because of the energy that he gives off. Whereas I think what he was saying was like with men, like we commit to the relationship.
They do too.
From what I heard Dusto was saying was she's committed or she's drawn to his energy.
I'll clarify.
So it's about the.
No. Yeah. He'll clarify. I understood what Dusto was saying. Go ahead.
I'm 42. I'm single. Big deal. There's a lot of dudes come at me. Oh, where's your wife? Where's your wife? Okay, cool. At the end of the day, I've dated some awesome women, and I've lost some awesome women. And I came back the next day. Okay, if I was able to get to level 2, 3, or 4 with this woman, oh man, watch I was only get to level 5 with the next one. That's the attitude. That's the energy. And as years pass, I got a better and better and better space for a woman to come into. And it's a reality. I could end up single, and I'm gonna have an awesome single life. That's good energy versus these women's. Hey, they're gonna take it off.
Now, can I
hold on. Also, wait. I dated a metric fuck ton of absolute shit tier women. Okay, but you don't see me walking around. Oh, all women don't do this. They don't commit, and all women. No, just the women you pick don't commit.
So let me play devil's advocate for a second. There are men. What he was saying. Let's play devil's advocate for a second. When he's saying what he's saying, I wouldn't call him a loser because how old did you say you were, Dusto?
42.
How old as fuck? He said he was old as fuck.
How old are you, Mandrell?
44.
Right.
Oh my God!
So you guys are in your upper 40s, right? What's happening right now? I wish Tommy B was here because the other night Tommy B was on y'all know how Tommy B is. Y'all dudes are weird and y'all dudes are this, right? Tommy B got on panels and said, this ain't real. This ain't the real world. Y'all just on this shit, on this YouTube shit. The other night on the panel, on Sir Hell's panel, I was on it with him. He said he's been out in the world dating and talk to Tommy now. Tommy Hall.
Oh yeah. He sees the things that the guy's talking about.
Hold on. Yeah, he said these women ain't shit. They want everything. They don't want to do nothing. His whole mindset didn't change, bro.
But here's the thing. I get it. But here's the thing. But man,
that's not Tommy B.
Right. Now here's the thing. What you're missing is
I'll explain.
What you're missing is they don't change the way a man moves. If you run into a lady and that's the way she is, leave her where she is and go find someone else.
Right.
It's as simple as that.
Right.
And the women who want to continue on with that mentality, they will stay. They're going to get what they get in life, whatever that may be. Whatever that may be. Okay, but as men, you've come across the same thing with women. You come across a person, if they're not singing the same song as you, then go find another singing partner.
All right.
No,
so
even Go ahead, Dion. Go ahead.
This ain't hard.
All right, so here's the thing. I mean, it isn't hard for some dudes, and it's extremely difficult for others. It's extremely difficult for most, right? So here we're gonna talk about a couple of those manosphere talking points, right? One of them is, this is a big one. Men love idealistically, women love opportunistically, right? So what are they trying to say? You know what I mean? Like when a guy falls for you, even if he's a top player, top G dude, all the way down to the lower, the absolute bottom tier guy, they fall for a woman, they in it. They love her, right? And it's a lot of dudes who they can't, they have no D control or whatever, they smash and everything, but they love their woman, right? That woman has no problem bouncing when she's ready, right? And it might be like, okay, if you believe in hypergamy, it might be that she wants to get the bigger, better thing. Or you might do something wrong to her and she's just done with you. She might be the kind of person like, I don't believe in giving second chances, so she's gone. You know what I mean? It might be anything like that, right? And what I try to tell these young dudes, because when I was messing with Dusto saying he old as fuck. I'm 52 years old. I'm old as, you know what I'm saying? I went to kindergarten with Moses. I'm old, y'all.
You are.
You know what I mean? And JT was in class with me. But here's the thing: it's player versus player out there, and these dudes don't understand what happened when the technological shift that has come to the dating marketplace. And I'm talking about social media, and I'm talking about Instagram and all this kind of stuff. Dudes ain't ready for it. They're simply not ready or
neither are the
prepared
women,
for it.
DL. Neither are the women. The women he's talking about, these are the chicks who also mistake a guy who will smash them for their ability to keep a man.
Oh, absolutely. But here's the thing,
they mistake it all the time. Like, and you know what I'm saying? And it's just like,
but at this last part, like my man, Perry Davis.
What type of men and what type of women?
Right now, I'm talking about to totality, right? You got different variants. You got different variants. We have to peel back layers. But my buddy Perry Davis Jr., Esquire, out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Right, really good attorney. He tells me this all the time, and Coach K probably heard of Perry Davis, and he talks about this all the time because he deals with family court and all that. He says women plan, men react, and you see that in relationships at every level. Women plan, bro.
Yes,
every single woman
plans. What?
No, they don't. Not like that. Women and men react. Right? I mean, because all these dudes wind up in family court reacting to the plan that their woman had already set in motion 2 years prior, if not more.
I was
right. So, and I just want to throw that out there. And Perry's not red pill or anything like that. This is just a guy, you know what I mean, who's in the business of dealing with folks and watching them get wrecked by the men, especially getting wrecked by the family law system. Women plan, men react. I'll just leave it there.
Now, hold on. Let me say this real quick. I think the point that we're missing is, and I think Mr. Bennett alluded to it earlier, and JT also, because he just said he's one of those men that was in that situation. I think what we're missing is, Mandrell, say for instance, you're married. Well, I'll use myself. I'm married. All right, I have 3 girls, 3 boys, and a wife. Right? Mandrell met my family when he came to Texas. Right? At any time in the next year or 2 years, my wife can go on a business trip and meet a guy, and that guy can get in my wife's head. I'm just hypothetically. I'm not saying this would happen. And my wife has the authority and the power behind her to destroy me. Not just she could say, you know what, black man, I don't want. I met someone, and I want to be with him, and I'm leaving you. And when she leaves me, she has the power behind her to put me on child support for 6 children. She has the power behind me in Texas to hit me for alimony. She has the power behind her to take the house, take the vehicles. She has all these different things. At any moment, she can make a split decision that can destroy me as a man forever.
Mm-hmm.
No. What I'm saying, we can't say and, because a lot of men has lost a lot of things.
Here's the thing. Hold on.
Hold on. That's why you see these marriages. And I'm telling you right now, there's a pastor. I'm gonna sing you the story. There's a pastor and his wife. They've been married for 27 years. She just decided to divorce him.
Mm-hmm.
He has nothing.
Yeah, yes, he does. He has a congregation. Okay.
I'm saying financially, she's killing him.
Okay, now here's the thing with that. That's life. There's your fucking answer. Stop whining about it. Grab your fucking nuts and start over.
Okay, that's not going to help
what
anybody.
it is.
It's not going to help anybody.
No, hold on, Terus. Hold on, Terus. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Let me finish, because I'm about to come there too. You chose to marry that woman. Now, when you marry someone, you know the way the world is. You hear me all the time saying, accept the world the way it is. This is the way the world is. You run that risk when you marry someone. Now here's the thing. It's one thing. It's one thing to vent frustration. I get that, and you do need the space to do that. However, you can't wallow in misery, and you can't let the world eat you up.
Mandriel, I got a question.
Yes, I can.
I got a question for you, Mandriel. I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
You just said these men man up, and
I just said don't let the world eat you up.
Right, and they
that's the risk you run when you marry somebody.
Right, and these men know who they married. Right,
some of them do.
Right. So if that's the case, and would you recommend that men today? This is just a yes or no, so we can move on to everybody else's response. Is that a yes or this is a yes or no? Would you recommend men not get married, knowing that that 75% of all divorces are filed by women?
I can answer that question.
If you want to get married, be very selective.
If a man came to you and said, "Hey, bro, I see 75% of marriage divorces are filed by women, bro. Shit, why should I get married? All my shit at risk."
Well, sit down and let me tell you how to navigate
take that risk, buddy. Let's dive in.
Yeah, sit down. First of all,
let's go.
Also, the thing is, these marriages. Right, and these marriages don't last because people don't know how to navigate life.
The answer is no. The answer is no. The answer is fucking no. You don't fly in a plane and there's a 75% chance that the plane would crash. The answer is actually, if you think it in your head, the answer is no. The answer is no.
That's a poor analogy.
JT, don't you want to get married again?
That's a poor analogy, JT.
Listen. Think
what
listen to what he just said. Listen to what he just said. Knowing that there's a 75.
You can go next, Tyrus. You go next, Tyrus. You go next, Tyrus.
Listen.
I'm going to use a
Tyrus, you next. Hold on, you next.
I'm talking out of experience. I'm talking out of fucking experience. You don't fuck around and say, I'm going to go, and it's a 75% chance that my whole life can be shattered by doing this thing. The answer that he asked is no. Logically, it's fucking no. Now we can talk into other things when it comes down to vetting and doing these different things. But the answer is no. There's a 75% chance that the plane will crash. Why would you get on that fucking plane? Even if a 35% chance that the plane would crash.
Because I got a parachute and I'm airborne. I'm getting on that plane.
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
Most men, what I'm saying is that
yes.
It was like, yo, this
so let Tyrus go. Go ahead, Tyrus.
It's gonna explode. Could you imagine if Rihanna was like, man, fuck this shit out, man. I guess we can't do shit about it.
But
Jason,
can I?
What's the point about anything if it's just so bleak out here? Like,
it is.
Point?
And y'all are so fucking insensitive, bro. This is why we having the problems right now. This is why so many goddamn men are fucking deleting themselves, because they have nobody to talk to.
Exactly. Hold on for a second. Yeah, I get that point, but this goes back to what I was.
Hold on, DL. This is a moment right here. Hold on, let's pause. Everybody keep their thoughts. JT just said some real shit. Imagine if we had a guy on this panel right now expressing how he was burned or broken by his woman, and y'all said, "Get your balls, motherfucker. Do what you got to do." That's fucking life. And he left here and deleted him. Fucking.
Here's the thing. I am. Tarus, here's the thing with Tarus. Stop, Justo. Here's the truth. Here's why I'm having a hard time accepting from you, black man. From you, black man. Here's why I'm having a hard time.
Like Kink one time expressed.
Hold on a second. Black Man Unfiltered. This very scenario happened to you. You didn't. Here's the thing: you didn't let the world eat you up.
It did.
You didn't wallow. Wait. You didn't wallow out in misery. Here's the thing: yeah, it hurt, but you got through it.
Yeah, my glasses, bro.
But you got through it.
And if he told you what the process was, but if he told you what that process was, he probably was a conversation.
Process.
Listen.
That's life.
Listen, Mandriel. Just listen. if he actually told you everything, every detail that was in that process, that man probably was a conversation away from ending it all. You don't know.
Man.
Fuck.
Hey, hold on, guys. Another friend of the show, Hink. I sent him the link. Because I know he's very busy with his son.
He's cheating on us with another panel.
Yeah, everything that y'all said about these men, Hink was that dude. Hink said he was so mentally gone, depressed, stressed. He had to go get a therapist before it was over, bro. The same dude y'all talking about was Hink, bro.
And now he wants to get married again.
Hink was on a panel and he said it was almost over for him because she broke him down so fucking bad. He thought she loved him. She thought she wanted to be with him, and she broke him.
No, that pissed me off hearing about it.
No. It's different when it's
first off, JT talking like I was Mandrell who said that shit. I specifically said Mandrell is not helping anybody right now.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Right now, Mandrell is not helping anybody out. So I'm going to use a specific scenario that actively involves me right now. One of the insecurities I have always had, because I myself early in my marriage was unfaithful, was that my wife was going to get that dope ass nursing degree, that real medical degree. And you know what she's going to do? Go right down to the hospital that's 20 minutes down the street and go fuck somebody on the operating table. That's an active thing that me as a guy am worried about, because my wife got a degree. She's dope. She's top G. She's female top G. So I'm always worried about some fucking dude in the hospital or at Starbucks or at Target or at the mall fucking trying her. Do you understand how fucking better it would be if I actually acted upon that security? If I actually made a video about how, damn, man, these women ain't shit. They out here, man. These dudes probably whispering sweet nothings in the hallway while she at work. They go, no, man, that shit make you look weak as fuck. You see, JT, this is the difference. What you're talking about, that's what we're always talking about. Here's what you and I will both agree on. Bro, do not get up on here whining about women, because you're only making it worse. Because I said this before. There's a woman who you don't know about who had a crush on you, who thought you was cute. You just popped up on one of her fucking algorithms. She see you talking all this shit. Boom, you're blocked, and you didn't even know who the fuck she was, because you out here saying this fucking shit about women ain't this, women can't be committed. They looking at you like, well, shit, this dude think I ain't shit. Ain't gonna fuck with him anymore. Y'all literally playing yourselves.
That's kind of what I'm saying too.
Okay, so Dusto and Tyrus, I'm gonna do y'all a favor. I'm you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take 2 weeks, because I said this before and people didn't believe me, and I had to go and be a journalist. When people said these mamas not out here being horrible to their kids, these mamas not cussing, these mamas not keeping their kids from their dad, the baby daddies. I did a whole y'all remember the show I did? I did a whole video on this woman purposely keeping her children from the daddy. Hold on, I'm not done. Hold on, Tyrus, let me finish. And not only that, I got her plotting against him on video. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my job. I'm going to walk into the business, and guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to hit the fucking record button, and I'm going to let y'all hear these women that's been married 12, 13 years talk about how good that dick is from their supervisor across over there.
No,
and their husband's picking them up from work.
This is why I used the personal experience.
No, black man, you're missing the point.
These are the kind of things that if I acted upon my insecurities as a man, that my wife is going to be out here literally down the street fucking somebody. Do you understand how quick this marriage would be over? You telling me you so insecure that you can't let your wife out of your eyesight? You're telling me that the problem ain't the girl, the problem's you. What sort of red flags and what sort of shit kind of dude are you that you actively worried about another man being capable of taking your girl from you?
No, black man.
Because I'm not worried about that.
Black man, I wasn't referring to all men.
Even if I acted upon that, I'm not gonna make a video promoting my insecurities, because guess what just happened? If I'm over here making a video saying women ain't shit, there's a whole bunch of dudes who's gonna be like, damn, bro, you got a badass German wife. Hey, you hear this dude whining about women ain't shit? That means we could go get his wife right now.
Hey, Tyrus, I want you to keep what you just said, because I got another video. Man. I got another video I'm gonna play after this conversation. Woo!
But that's a risk you take when you're dating, because at the end of the day, you don't know until you know. The most important thing is that when these guys unfortunately got to learn the hard way about their girl, that's what we're supposed to be for. Like, hey, bro, hey, look, this is how you got to operate. It ain't going to be. That's what JT was trying to talk about, because Mandrell, you listen to Mandrell, you're going to fucking, you're going.
No, I don't say the same thing.
No, bro.
These guys are talking this bullshit because they don't know how to move.
Let Coach K go for a second. Yo, let my Cincinnati
way.
people talk, man. Let Cincinnati talk up in here. Go ahead, Deer Park.
Yeah, like what the heck? Just kidding. Tyrese, where do you live? Because is it cold in there?
No, I got the
Are you
space
at
here. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah, I'm right by the lake.
He in the lane.
Okay. It's actually kind of warm right now. You're not too far from me. But anyway, so this has been interesting, I will say. But I feel like I'm gonna have to qualify every damn statement I say now. So yes, I think in every time period there have been shifts in culture and just ideology, whatever. I will say that a lot of the things that we talk about in this space, I have definitely heard, and I'm 27. I hear it. But at the same time, since all of you guys are men, what I would say, coming from I guess, more productive and constructive place, I'm thinking, okay, guys, Dusto, you need a damn leaf blower on steroids because of the panels I've seen you on lately. Like, I was like, what is he doing over there?
I was going to tell him about that too. His New Year's resolution needs to be to cut off everything that don't benefit you.
I know.
Go ahead,
I thought he was. Okay, but anyway, so I'll try to
tell y'all about that in the back chat, but go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
I can't. Okay, but anyway, so I didn't want to acknowledge that I saw you. But anyway, so it's like, okay, guys that are the dusty ones, why don't you take like 90% of that energy and put it towards the state policy in working, because there are men's movements that are specific. I think. Well, hold on. I'm gonna address some of it. Dusto, you better chill. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as, I think there was one guy who was an actor in Pirates of the Caribbean with Johnny Depp before all the Amber Heard shit, or maybe part of it. Someone mute up. Sorry, I can hear myself. But that was, going at the policy level, whatever. That stuff doesn't hurt, and at least you feel like you're working towards something versus, oh, women ain't shit, whatever. Okay, and then also too, men, what can you control in these situations? Because obviously, I'm never going to dismiss that the women are crazy out here. But there's always probably been a level of crazy. So what can you control within the situation? Do you want to get married? Okay, but there is a possibility that this could end badly. I would say with majority of things, for sure, there's always going to be a risk. But what do you want? Do you want the outcome or the trade-offs of it working out, or whatever you want marriage for in the first place? I don't know. But again, what can you control and how can you mitigate the other stuff and protect yourself while maybe committing to the woman that you love at the same time? But I will also say, Mandrell, if the world is just the way it is, then you cannot be mad about Candace or Kanye or anyone, because it's just the world. It's just life. Like, you can't be mad about anything then, if with that, like, perspective. But
no, you're misunderstanding me. I'm saying,
hold on. Words, bro.
My first thing is my first rule in life is accept the world the way it is. Instead of trying to make it, hold on. Instead of trying to make it to be what you want it to be, accept it for what it is. Now you can properly learn how the world works and properly navigate the world. You can probably properly navigate every aspect of your life if you accept the way the world is. Now you can make changes, like you said, make policy change, work to make policy changes. But you have to first accept the fact that this is what the policy is today. Now you understand. You can go into understanding how that policy works. Now you can go into making changes to it. People don't accept the world the way it is. They constantly just try to change things into what they want it to be, and that never works. Look at their results. You can't do that. You have to first accept the world the way it is. Like these guys with that guy on that video. Y'all misunderstood what I was saying. I'm saying that guy and most of these guys out here and the women don't know how to navigate life. You don't know how to move. That's why when I did that before I went on break, the episode I did called The Tenets of Manhood, and I'm going to do more episodes like that. Watch that episode. I'm teaching guys what to do, how to move, how you should think and move as a man. Because that's not being taught. The episode I did when I took over when I did an episode, hosted an episode of a barbershop conversation, bridging the gap between Generation X and the younger generation. These young cats don't know what to do, and they're kind of learning as they go along, and no one's teaching them shit, and that's why they're getting the results that they're getting. No one's teaching them anything. If anyone has the answer, hold on. If anyone has the answers, it's people like myself, Mr. Bennett, JT. DL, we have knowledge to give these guys. Tarus as well. Plenty of knowledge coming from Tarus all the fucking time. Plenty of game. We have knowledge to give these cats, and no one's teaching.
They need more detailed instruction than just pick yourself up by the balls. And I know JT's gonna get mad at me because I'm gonna use this homophobic word again. I don't want to sound homophobic here, but I'm going to describe how to pick yourself up by the balls.
Yeah, and I do, and that's the direction I'm moving.
So
that's the direction I'm moving in.
Like that, that's why you're supposed to have at least maybe not so much the red pill, whatever, but the manosphere, right? You're supposed to be able to have your friends either in real life or in a space like this where you could get that kind of shit off your chest. But then you're also getting realistic, like, hey, bro, look, unfortunately, your girl just happened to be one of the bad ones. They're not all like
that. Thank you.
Right?
And the thing is,
some of the, but I can follow up. We can also, while we're in the relationship,
just after Mr. Bennett,
we can make sure that our guys are staying confident enough. That way, they're not self sabotaging themselves. Because Coach K, to answer your question, both things are true, right? You can have somebody who's unfortunately you just don't know till you know. And then at the same time, guys can act upon their insecurities to the point where they become a self-fulfilling prophecy. They end up acting upon their insecurities that the very thing they're scared of ends up happening in reality, right? And so we got to help our guys understand not to act upon certain insecurities because they're going to be there no matter who you're with.
Right. And even I'm going to get Mr. Bennett, and then I'm going to also get Dusto in here. Even from, I know a lot of people are not religious, but if you are and you're a Bible reader, there's a part in the Bible that talks about this type of woman. And if you go into, Mr. Bennett may know what I'm talking about. If you go to Proverbs 5 and 7, it starts there and it talks about immoral women. And it says here in those scriptures that my son, pay attention to my wisdom. This is a father speaking to his son. He says, listen carefully to my wise counsel, then you will show discernment and your lips will express what you've learned. He said, for the lips of an immoral woman are as sweet as honey. Her mouth is smoother than oil, but in the end, she is as bitter as poison, as dangerous as a double-edged sword. I'll stop there. This is Bible. A man speaking to his son, telling his son, hey, they may look good. And in today's terms, we're saying this. They may be fine. They may have big breasts. They may have a big booty. They may act one way, but son, you have to have discernment to know what these women are about.
The problem with that is twofold. The problem with that is twofold. Number one, it's coming out the fucking Bible. Number two, it's not telling you how to recognize. Stop. Let me finish.
Wait, but hold on.
No, we gotta let Mr. Bennett get in there now.
Wait. Number two,
a lot of people that's listening right now that are religious, and we don't want to be empathetic.
Okay, cool. But number two, my ultimate point is number two. It doesn't teach you how to recognize the bitter from the sweet.
Oh no,
because the ratchet women you're talking about in that statement. I mean, they sound like the good ones.
There's a scripture,
and they're very convincing.
Well, Mandra, you didn't let me finish. The rest of the scripture, I didn't want to read the whole chapter, but if you read the whole thing, it does go into what you're talking about right now. it goes
Yeah,
into
but
that for sure.
I definitely want to hear what Brother Bennett has to say. And
But
can I
Mr.
go after
Bennett,
Dust, though? There's some things I want to drop in, too, after Dust, though, if I can.
Well, first of all, I honestly I kind of agree with a little bit with Mandrell's second point. Not to say that there aren't scriptures there, but again, there's not a lot in there, at least from my reading and understanding of how to navigate that. It's a lot to avoid it, but in terms of how to recognize, again, we talk about the wife, but she's already a wife already.
Right.
So, but again, when you talk about how do you choose someone to be a wife, that it doesn't get as much into. So I would agree with Mandrell on that statement. But I wanted to go back and just ask Coach K a question, and for that matter, beautiful animated a question also, just from a woman's perspective. Because my main point from the video that was played was, what I got out of it was that he was saying that women and men simply love differently, or how that we choose our mates differently. And how much of that do you agree with? And could that be the reason why we see the statistics that we do, where 75-80% of women are the ones who file for divorce? Is it tied to the fact that we simply, how we choose our mates and what drives commitment is different between men and women? Do you agree with that initial statement? That was the only thing I was trying to point up. I agree that we need to, as Mandrell said, as Dusto said, we need to understand how to navigate that and how the world works and whatnot, and you being your best self. But just the basic premise that men and women, we love differently. We just choose, our idea of commitment may be different just based on the fact that we're men and women, and there's just certain things that we prioritize over other ones. So I just want to get, your opinion on that, because that was my whole point from earlier.
So I will say, realistically, or like in a perfect world, I will say we can all acknowledge that men and women are different. They are seeking different things. I think this goes from both genders just as a whole. But I think what a man wants from his spouse is different than what a woman wants. However, and I think that's probably the reason, but ultimately the commitment, though, should be the same. Like the commitment and the vows that you those should be upheld the same. And what they have to do to make sure that happens is probably going to look different. But that's what I would say, to be short.
All right. So, Dusto, what are your thoughts?
Okay, here's the deal. I wasn't referring to all men. The guy with the suit on was talking about all men, all women. All the women are going to do this. That is loser talk. Regardless of what you've been through, it's loser talk. I'm not saying be so insensitive to, like you were saying, if a dude came on the panel and they were going through something, be so insensitive that you just beat them up and then they go jump off a cliff. There's the people who are just all out dusty. I've been on dust panels. I asked one question the other day. Do you have anything positive to say about a woman? 9 people said no. That's dust. It don't make a difference what you say to that. I'm not referring to those people. And then you can say. But when people get so negative energy kills all. Let's be real. Everything around you and everyone around you. Everyone listening, and even the person sitting next to you listening, it kills. So I'm just saying is this: if a person's going through something and they come to an environment, there are people, for example, I'm 42. There's people younger than me that are married that I actually talk to and I listen to. Or I can just go marinate in the negative. Yep, all in women's. There's people putting out false narratives that they never even seen. They didn't have any money talking about taking half. Half of what? People talking about you can't do this with a woman. Have you tried? How do you know? Can you be vulnerable to a woman? Yes. What kind of woman are you dealing with? But they're already so far gone, and they come in space and they hear more junk and junk and junk. And a lot of it ain't even true. Or it becomes the reality based on the energy that they present in their own mindset. A man is supposed to be a leader. What are you leading with negative energy? Who's following? Oh, God. What if somebody does get on board with that? Oh.
Now,
they're getting on board with it.
Now, Dusto, I hear the whispers in the wind right now. And I hear the Big Woman Coalition saying, well, Dusto, if that's the case, if I'm 300 pounds, why does it matter if I'm 300 pounds? Why can't I be loved? Why you're sitting here? This is what the big women are saying. Well, Dusto, you're saying that these are dust people and these dusted, but wouldn't a man be dusty to turn me down if I'm a loving and caring woman and I'm 300 pounds?
No,
He
because
might be
you're
dusty by,
No.
hold on. He
Let me
might
answer,
be
let me
dusty
answer,
for
let me
taking
answer.
you on at 300 pounds.
Right. But we're saying, but you're speaking your truth. Like one day you came in and you educated everybody on this.
Yeah, there's
Right?
a lot of
It's
big
just-
women in this country with rings on their finger, bro.
Right, exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm getting to. Statistically speaking, right now, 4 out of 5 women are obese in the Black community.
Mhm. Look at the Black community.
4 out of 5 women are obese. Now, what if the women said, well, you know what, Dusto, you're spreading that you need a woman that's fit and a woman that goes to the gym, and so you're changing the minds of the men that want big women.
Toxic masculinity.
That they're gonna say they're gonna say you're toxic masculinity.
That's cool. No, Black man, let's be real. If you're
I'm just saying, I'm
overweight-
just being devil's advocate.
Devil's advocate. That's what they're gonna say.
That's what
No,
they're
that's
gonna
cool.
say.
That's what I'm saying.
Just 'cause they say it don't make it
separates
true,
them from the
man.
dating pool anyway, right? That filters
Just like
themselves
you.
out on both sides.
No, just like you are overweight.
Yep.
You are aware,
Yep.
and you know. I could tell you direct. If you don't fix it, you die,
Exactly.
and you'll accept it.
Mhm.
And you'll probably tell the people in your household the same thing. You won't just go, well, you see, what kind of blah blah blah.
But
That
you know what?
is killing more people.
Hold on, Dusto. But guess what though? You are I agree with you 1,000%. But guess what? If you go into the workplace right now and mention that, or you say this right now, people can sue you right now for body shaming. You could be telling them the
Why are you
truth.
talking about that at work though?
No, not even at work. You can be in a store and say look, you big ass, like you can discriminate against a big woman right now, and guess what she's gonna do? She can sue you. She can call the police on you. She can put you on social media and say this man is fat shaming me. The other day in Texas,
And
right here
she'll
down the road,
lose the suits,
30
and then you can
30 minutes
counter
from my
sue
house.
her, and then you'll
Hold on, just a minute,
disputes and
Tyrus.
then ruin her
30
life.
minutes, because social media is a weapon that will cut you down at the knees. Watch this. There's a lady
Mm-hmm.
at North Park Mall here in Dallas where I live. A lady got in the parking spot she didn't want to do. All the lady did was this. The lady that got the parking spot was Asian. The other lady was a white lady. She did this to the lady. That's it. She just lost her job. Her job fired her of
That's a
18
hate
years.
crime.
They fired her.
That's pretty
She
racist.
no longer has no job. She's unemployed. She can't get no more money. She don't nobody want to fool with her. She's trying to move. People are standing outside of her house protesting. So all right. So if you go tell a woman you fat this and you fat that, and or you 4 out of 5 women are fat, they're gonna say, Dusto, because that's what DL Saint's about to say. Dusto, that is toxic masculinity. You're body shaming, and we're going to ruin you career wise.
Man, I think there's way
Oh,
more
then I'll
examples
stop
of
saying it. Now just
racism
let 'em
ruining
die. I
people
mean-
than body shaming people.
Here's
bro.
the
Like,
thing. Here's
But
the thing with all
but
that.
see, this but real
Okay,
quick. But hold on.
Hold on, let DL
Let
say
DL Saint go. Let DL Saint, because he was next. He was next. Go ahead.
Because here's the thing, we always had these conversations. We always go round and round and round and round and round. Always, right? Because right now we're moving the goalposts. Right now, it's a fact. Right now in America, if you call somebody fat who is clinically obese, what Black man is saying is absolutely true. You can find yourself out of a job. You can find yourself facing a judge.
Exactly.
If that person you talking about is a woman.
Yep.
I can sit here and I can sit here. Go ahead and call Black man
Don't those same
all
guys
kind of
file
names right now.
lawsuits and also win?
No,
those
is it
lawsuits
true that
for-
fat
for-
shaming is in
for
one of those?
being
I'm just
fired
I'm asking.
indiscriminately?
Yeah, it's becoming a thing. It's becoming a thing.
It is a thing.
Just like his example when you just do
Yeah,
this
but it's
and some women, and everyone's like, oh, well, that's racist and that's right. She should be da 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 da. How long before just calling someone clinically obese? You got doctors who are afraid to give a diagnosis because they might get sued, they might lose their license. But that's not what I wanted to talk about. I just be careful that we're moving these goalposts around. I wanted to go back to the original conversation, right?
How long do DL Saint sit on that turtle and let him move a little bit slower?
Pause.
Dusto just said, he said, is that a thing? If you go Google it right now,
God damn it.
it is absolutely a thing. Right now, the world is so insensitive. If a woman wants to be called a man, you call her a man. If a woman is fat and she wants to be, and she don't want you to say anything about her weight or say anything about, like, what's the guy, the Gillian lady, the lady that does the workouts. They didn't counsel her for saying Lizzo was fat.
Julian Smith.
Yeah, there you go. They didn't counsel
Oh,
her.
it's Julian Michaels. Julian.
Oh,
Yeah,
Julian
there you go. They didn't counsel
Isn't
her
she
for
part
saying
of the
Lizzo was
LGBT
fat. They
community
said
too?
she's body shaming
Yeah.
Lizzo. She
Not
shouldn't
enough.
speak about Lizzo that way. Now she's losing subscriptions. Now she's pulling away from her content, and now she's losing money because all she said was Lizzo is unhealthy and she needs to lose weight. That's it. Nothing
which is a
bogus.
fact.
Nothing
got
There's a medical fact. You know what I mean? So,
Right,
and I
but
just
there's
wanted to
nothing
finish.
illegal about what she said. There's nothing
Yet.
illegal about the response.
There's nothing legal about what she said yet.
Okay,
When I was growing up, there was nothing illegal about pulling your eyes like that.
There's
When I
nothing
was growing up, there was
legal about-
nothing. But Brother Tyrus, hold on. As one of the old dudes on the panel, back in 1970, 1980, there was nothing illegal about calling somebody a nigga. It was nothing. And Coach K, you might be too young to remember this, but in Norwood, Ohio, Norwood is a small city within Cincinnati. In Norwood, when I grew up, y'all want to talk about
Norwood.
personal shit, right? They were burning. I've seen crosses burned on the front grounds in my lifetime. So here's the thing. Now that's unacceptable, right? That's unacceptable. So how long before it's not only unacceptable but illegal to tell the truth if the truth is you're obese? But again, we're shifting our we're shifting things around.
Exactly.
What I wanted to go back to was this. We talk about what we're gonna do to help men out, right? Especially now these dudes, been helicopter parent, everybody gets a trophy, participation awards, you know what I mean? Just being growing up soft men. How do we help them now? Because they find themselves in a situation, right? And brother Black Man is right. We are self-deleting 4 times as much as women, right? And a lot of this stuff comes back to this. So here's the thing: how do you do it? You tell them the fucking truth, bro. You just tell them the truth. Women plan, men react. Men, when I talk to these young dudes, I'm like, y'all got to start planning. I'm not saying
that
don't get
doesn't make
married.
Any sense?
Let me cut for one more second.
Really?
Let me finish what I'm saying. There's absolutely nothing wrong with meeting a woman and wanting to get married. There's nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do. But as a man, especially in the West, especially in America, you need to understand some shit. You need to understand that it is a 50% chance that shit's not going to work. 70% of the time, the woman initiates a divorce, and if she has a higher degree, if she has higher learning, it goes up to 90% of the time that they initiate a divorce. I'm not saying, all I'm saying is you need to understand that this is a possibility.
I don't disagree with that.
Okay, let me take it. Hold on. Sit on that turtle. Is that what you said, Black Man? Sit on the turtle. Sit on that turtle, Tarus. Let me finish this. Let me finish this out.
Explain that.
Tarus, let him finish.
I'm trying to.
Men plan and women or whatever it is.
The plan is the plan is this. You're a military man, so let's put it in tactical terms.
Yeah, we plan all the time, so that's why I'm confused.
We do. When
That's
it's time
right.
to do a mission, when it's time to go hot, when it's contact front, whatever, we plan for that shit. But when guys get into relationships, they don't plan for shit. They're Prince Charming, right? Disney ain't made the movie where Prince Charming gets wrecked in Family Court. I wish they would make that movie. Disney ain't made that fucking movie, right? So Disney ain't gonna make it. So the Manosphere is gonna sit here and tell you, here's the thing about the Manosphere. I'm simply gonna give you these facts. And this ties right back into what we just talking about with people being obese. I'm simply telling you that you are clinically obese. Now you want to sue me. All right, I guess I can't help you as a doctor no more. Good luck. Find you some doctor who says that you should go ahead and eat cake and drink pop all day long. Pop, shout out to the Midwest. Here's the thing. Men should fucking plan. Women plan. I'm not saying that as a negative thing. Women on the other side of that. What would a woman lose if she gets married in America? Probably fucking nothing. What will she gain if she gets divorced? Black Man broke all that shit down. You get in the house, you getting alimony, you getting the kids, you getting child support, right? And I double dog dare anybody to fucking
women being lonely and shit. So what happened?
Yeah, they still
not
lose.
exist anymore.
But here's the thing, though.
Right.
It losing or not, they're getting the fucking money. I'm just saying, men don't plan. You have to take this into consideration. And if you cool with it, get married. And then I'm like, Mandrell, shut the fuck up if it didn't work. And if it did work, you a boss. You know what I mean? Point blank, period. That's the only way I see it. Don't come crying to me. Don't come crying to me if I fucking told you need to plan, young man. That's all I'm saying. That's my only thing about that. Planning is not a bad thing. You are a fool if you go into a situation where you know there's a better than half chance that this woman is going to leave you and you don't get a prenup.
Is this
Come on,
idea
bro.
that women plan and men react? Like this concept.
We have 2 women on the panel. I will put that question to them.
Hey, Tyrus ain't been through nothing. I can tell you.
No, but I can tell him how it goes.
Just because it doesn't apply to you does not mean it does not apply to the majority.
I'm just trying to get a definition.
Right. So let me explain it. Let me explain it to him.
JT, let me give him the preface, and you come on in. This is what it is, bro. When he say women playing, this is something in the South. I know you don't know nothing about the South. I'm gonna send you a plane ticket so you can come visit. In the South, the women teach their daughters never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, and vice versa. Always store away money. Don't tell your husband. Always be ready to move. Right? I'm telling you from experience, bud. When my ex-wife did what she did, I ain't going to all that shit because if you want to go know what she did to me, go watch the other live. But when she did what she did, bro, she planned that shit. And she planned it very well for a very long time.
I'm not talking about the
hold on, Tyrus.
Let him cook, man. Let him cook.
I swear to God, the roux on the gumbo is almost ready. When she did what she did, she had already planned it, Tyrus. When I got to the house, that woman had already executed financially, executed furniture, executed. When I got home from work, the whole house was empty. Bank account empty, house empty, everything. She knew, she planned it. It was a plan. And guess what? Just like who said you react? Who said that?
Me.
Who said that?
DL. My man Perry Davis Jr. said that. Shout out to Perry Davis Jr.
Perry Davis Jr. Guess what? I reacted.
That shit sucks, man. I had a couple of homeboys who, when they deployed, they wives took everything. They emptied out the bank account.
That happens. That shit sucks. That happens to a lot of guys. I know a couple of guys happens to as well.
But the other point to that is that we, and I don't know if y'all caught that, what DL said, we date and we marry idealistically. They do it opportunistically.
Mm-hmm.
You get it? They do it. When they look at you, it's about what it is that can make their life better. Their and their children, whether unborn or not, that's what they call nesting. That is opportunistic. If you have no resources, they're shooting themselves in the foot by if they got to take care of you and make you their other child, they shot themselves in the foot. Opportunistically, what we do is not opportunistic, I'm sorry. Idealistically, we get the job, the career, the money, the means, the resources, so we could get married and take care of our family. That's the ideals that we come out with. Theirs is more saying, okay, think about it. What does he do? Every time you see a woman ask another woman about a man that they're dating, they don't ask how cute is he. They ask, what does he do? What does your man do? They ask your man, if a man talks to a woman, they want to see how she look. Because our values are different types of values. Theirs is in their beauty. Ours is in what we can build ourselves to be.
Our ability to earn. Shout out to Queen Smiling in the chat. I see Queen Smiling in the chat. Get well soon,
I
love.
disagree because I've seen way too many guys in my generation fall in lust, not in love. A lot of dudes think they in love, but they really in lust, and they don't know the fucking difference. That's why you see a lot of dudes be failing because they married and they vetting all the wrong reasons. They only concerned with how long, like that shallowness, like beauty and what other guys think. Hey man, yo, you think my girl fine, bro? Yeah, your girl bad. Your girl bad because we obsessed with that shit. The dudes who are obsessed with that shallowness of imagery, they're the ones who's constantly getting played. Not all of them, but you become more vulnerable if you act upon those insecurities. And so what I'm saying is, JT, like we got to be careful because I certainly consider myself proactive. I certainly consider myself a planner. I certainly think I like to do both react and be proactive.
Taru, what I just told you was primitive, brother.
That a gender specific thing. Like,
no, listen. What I told you, it is. It's primitive. What we're telling you is that that's built inside. That is a primitive thing. That is something that is innate in us as human beings.
So me being proactive is fake?
No, you said you disagree with the analogy. What we're telling you is that
yes, because DL, is doing the same thing that I got a problem with the guy in the video, right? Oh, women don't love commitment. Oh, women don't like commitment.
Okay, but you're confusing it. You're confusing it, man. All we said is that it's a primitive thing. Of course, people go against what's primitive in us, and that's what fucks us up. But we're just saying it is a primitive rule. That's all.
So JT, let me say this, Tyrus. It's more common.
Only men,
Tyrus,
or only men react.
Tyrus, it's more common than you think. It's more common than you think. So watch this. I'm going to walk you to the front.
Well,
pew.
then it should be in black and white.
Hold on. Watch this. I'm going to walk you to the front pew. I just want you to listen to the pastor. Watch this. By a show of hands, how many men on this panel have been married, divorced, and went through just a hard time after you got a divorce? It almost broke you.
Oh man,
Well, that's some low odds. I would tell my homeboys to get married right now.
No. You see it.
Y'all did not prove your point whatsoever.
Hold on. You see it.
Holy shit.
No. What I'm saying is, I consider the men on this panel, JT, I consider him a very good man. I consider Hink a very good man. I consider myself as one as well. We're not perfect men, but we do what we need to do. And I want to get Hink in here because Hink, I want you to allude to what we're talking about right now, and then we'll move on to something else. But I definitely want them to hear you.
Well, I don't understand what Tyrus is talking about, but men don't.
You never do.
Look, I can't, man. You're too emotional, man. You all over the place. So when you sit there and talk about, you sit there and talk about men don't pick women on their looks, that's a goddamn lie. I mean, ain't no man want to just pick what he considered.
When did I say that men don't pick women based on looks?
You don't want to sit there and say that men just don't pick on looks.
No, they stay shallow and they just keep it there. That's what I just said.
But that's the first thing you notice about a person.
If you're going to come at me, don't misquote me, bro.
That's not true anyway. Because most of the good-looking women in the beginning.
Hold on. We're missing out.
One mic, guys. One mic. Go ahead, Hank.
I mean, that's the first thing most men notice about a woman is their looks. They don't have to open their mouth. We don't know anything about what they're thinking about, their habits, if they could cook or if they can't. The first thing you see is a woman's looks. That's the first thing that's going to attract you. Now, of course, you're hoping she has other qualities that you're looking for in a woman and that you're looking for maybe in a possible as a wife. But the first thing every man sees is the woman's looks. First of all, so you call them shallow.
Somebody roll back the tape and find where I say that wasn't true.
You sit there and say men are shallow because that's all they worry about is looks.
Yes, they stay shallow
because they stay
So we'll talk about that.
We'll talk about men shallow if the first thing every man looks for is a woman.
I see why men loneliness is increasing.
Looks good to them.
We're gonna fix that. Don't worry, Pat.
He wouldn't date a fat woman. A fat woman wouldn't be good to him. He wants to see him a nice, slender.
Man, I'm gonna get you squared away. Relationships is fun. Socializing is fun. Being in a marriage, doing this stuff is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to sound like surgery. Please don't end up. I promise you guys, I'm not gonna let you be.
Marriage is work, brother.
Bro, it's hard. The hardest thing you ever. Relationships ain't nothing but work, bro. Now you're all the way off, bro.
That's the difference, I don't accept that. Y'all make it sound like it's fucking slave labor and shit, bro. Like
you make it sound like it's a Disney fairy tale, man. We need to get that. We need to get Prince Charming. It's not. It's not.
Marriage is not work.
It's both fun. It's hard work and it's fun as fuck. Like I don't understand why it's either or.
But hang on, why do we always call marriage work? Where's the work? That's, I guess, help me understand that, because I hear that all the time when people say,
because people have a lack of work ethic. Tedious means work.
Okay, but where's the work? But Tyrus, I'm saying Tyrus.
One mic, guys. One mic.
Go ahead, man. Not built to be monogamous. That's the first thing about most men. They're not built to be monogamous. So in order for you to tame that monster in you that wants to be out there with every woman you see, you have to have some level of self-control. That's work. That's not easy. It's not
being monogamous is work.
Yes, it is. It is. If you're a man of means, if you're a man who's good looking, yes, you may have to fight some women off. You may have to turn down some advancements because you're getting those opportunities that the average Joe is not getting. Tyrus is not getting those opportunities. I may be getting those opportunities. Mr. Bennett, you may be getting those opportunities.
Why would I
Mandrell
be
made
getting those opportunities if I've already got
I
the
still wouldn't call
opportunity
that.
and closed
I
it?
still wouldn't call
Like,
that.
I'm not understanding.
Right. So let me say this. He's divorced now. But what was Megan Good's husband name? The pastor. He wrote a book that I read. God damn, where's that book? I got it in here somewhere. He wrote a book I read about a couple of years back where he said the same thing that Hink just said. He said that there's a dog. There's a dog, and I think I don't want to misquote him, but there's a dog in every man, and that dog exists, but the man has to be able to put the chain on the dog to keep the dog from being the dog. Now,
y'all compare yourselves to dogs still, bro. I'm a lion, bro. I don't fuck with dogs, dog.
Black man, I'm a
fucking lion, bro. I don't fuck with
Tyrus, you gotta stop being so pretentious, bro.
Bro, what the fuck?
You gotta stop being so pretentious, dog.
Hold on, Tyrus. Go ahead.
It's an analogy. It's an analogy.
Go ahead. It's an analogy, bro. It's an analogy. Go ahead.
But Black man, you're talking about the individual. See, I've always classified it this way: marriage isn't hard. People are hard. Marriage is simply about mutual cooperation and respect. And so if that becomes hard, then that's our problem right there. We don't understand that the biggest thing we're overcoming is not the other person, it's us, our selfish desires and the things that we want to do. So I never got this understanding. And in fact, and most of the time, if you really think about it, what aspects of marriage that if you're going to be selfless in marriage, that it doesn't benefit you? Like what aspect of that? You have kids together. Well, again, if you're raising kids together, that benefits both of you. If you're having sex with one another, that's benefiting both of you.
Yes.
So where's the work? That's why I'm like, I think of work. I think of guys, firemen, police officers, guys who work in, digging out mines, things that are physically demanding work. But where's the work? If it gets to a point where sex becomes work, then there's a problem. And no one's talking about it. So I don't understand when people say, "Oh, marriage is such hard work." No, we are the work. We got to overcome this every day.
So I think
there you go.
what you just said and what Hink was just saying, just to put those two together, the work is self-work, right? Just like when Hink was saying that,
but you would have to do that whether or not you are married or not.
Right.
Because
right. That's why I said we don't put them both together.
Even if you're not married, you still got to practice that discipline. That's going to be there no matter what.
Right. Yes. So that's why I'm saying just putting them both together where it comes down to it. It's work. Just like, when it comes down to improvement, self-improvement. One of the things that I was on Security Boss's show, and one of the biggest things I was telling her about the curriculum, right? And she was laughing about it because I didn't know that girl Tamara said it. She got it from a book that probably she read that I also read. And one of the things that I was in the book that it says is that when you're in a marriage, it's a classroom, right? But it's a classroom for self-reflection. You can't work on your spouse. You can only work on you. Her fixing herself, it's her business. It ain't got nothing to do with you. This is why you got a lot of people in relationships that are they talk about, I did this for you, right, and I did this to get you better and things. My self-improvement ain't got nothing to do with you right now. That's not your business. It's my business. And a lot of people don't understand it in relationships because they think that it's a co-op all the time. It's not. Me and my lady I'm with right now, we talk about this. She's not everything for me, and she just, no, I'm not everything for her. We have to give each other room so we can grow, right? So there's self-reflection, there's how I look at myself being in the relationship. It's all of these different things. It ain't my business to see how much she's improved. It's her business to see how much she's improved. And I see it in our relationship when we come together. We will see it. This is why so many people say we outgrew each other. That's bullshit.
Yep.
Grow nobody.
I kind of want to piggyback off of that because, and I don't think it's a bad thing. Let's say if it is hard, I mean, what do we even mean by that? Like, if someone is saying that something's hard, well, are you like, what kind of place are you coming from? Because I think a lot of shit is hard. Someone going to medical is hard, but we want it to be hard because they're becoming a doctor. They're going to be operating on people. What in marriage, I think Okay, sorry, I was echoing. But like, yeah, marriage is hard, but like, I would say everything's freaking hard to some extent, but it doesn't have to be as hard when what JT said, if you are managing yourself and not acting out in, and blaming other people for what you're feeling and making assumptions, that's going to eliminate a lot. But also too, when you're working with that other person, man, some of the things that I hear when even in real life, but not just here, when women talk about men talk about women, it's like, damn, do you really want to think this about someone that you're with? Like, that is so, like, you feel that when you are saying these things about someone else. And that's what I teach my clients too. Or if you're talking down on your husband or saying how he ain't shit, hi, Candia. We need white chocolate, right? Did he make it to 2023?
Y'all know how we get down. But before we go to the music break, though, for Coach, I just want to give you just a little bit of pushback. I'm hearing a lot of this Disney fairy thing, man. This is a Western thing. You know what I mean? When we say marriage is hard, or we say relationships are hard, you're right. Mm-hmm. It takes work, and that's what we mean. It takes a lot of work. There's a lot of people go into these relationships not prepared for that. So then again, it goes back to the plan. I tried it, it didn't work. I'm out. And not only am I out, I'm taking shit with me.
Yeah, I don't agree with that shit. We weren't compatible. What the hell does that even mean? You know what I mean?
Nobody's
I don't agree with any of that shit.
Right, in your own way. So thank you so much, DL Saint. We do need to break it. I want to go get some water, get a sip of wine, hit that yak when the camera's off. I'm going to go ahead and play this for the $10 super chat. We'll be back in 57 seconds, ladies and gentlemen.
And I got a question for DL.
The music break.
Where do you find this shit, man? That was fire, bro. That was, hold on. I gotta give you a hand on that, bro. I gotta give you a hand on that.
One boy cold, man.
Was that Dougie Fresh beatboxing in the background? I'm like, goddamn, he got somebody.
Man, thank you for that $10 super chat, guys. If you want to get more of that, I have more for you guys, some new ones as well. Go ahead and send your super chats, and I'll go ahead and play more. If you guys feel like we need a break within the show, send a super chat. We'll take a break for you. All right. So Dusto had a question. Go ahead, Dusto.
Yeah, I get it. The goal should be the right men trying to find the right women. Dudes that are handling their business, find a woman who are handling their business, and they go put it together and do something. That's the goal. Would you agree that there's a lot of men with their mindset and their attitude? I just don't feel like beating up on the women. I mean, it's just not productive. But on the men, there are a lot of dudes going on modernwomen.com and looking for their women. Instead of, what can I do to learn and understand what spouses and women look like? No, I'm going to just go deal with the modern and try to turn them into a wife. Or, procreating before marriage with them, raw dogging, sticking their meat in the modern woman they got off modernwoman.com, going on just the horrible red pill spaces, learning all this stuff. I can't lie, I got friends that be saying, well, when a woman says this, you got to duck over to the left. And then when these modern women do this, you slide to the right, and then and I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? No.
Let's break it down, man. What was the first thing? But Dusto, you started off with, what did you say? The right man.
DL saying, go ahead and get yours out there. I got another video we're gonna play because we don't have long before we out of here. Go ahead. Okay,
but brother Dusto, you said the right man looking for the right woman. Did I hear that?
It should be the right man looking for the dudes working on their self-esteem, their confidence, their emotional intelligence, their positivity.
That's where I disagree. Like, because I'm hearing a lot of Disney type Western fairy tale, like it's gonna work, it's gonna be synergy. But my point is this: you're never gonna find that. Like the right man looking for the right.
Where we only married each other for money and that's it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think yes. I think yes. But I'm gonna address Charus real quick, and I'm gonna stay on mute. But I'm just gonna say I would say yes to what Charus was saying because it worked better. My thing is this: it's really difficult. We know this, to find that right woman. I ain't gonna lie to you. Marriage was a tool to keep the village strong, to grow the community, to grow the city. That's what marriage really was. And people made it a contract with their God to make sure that people stayed into it because we were a very religious society, right? It's like everything else a religion. They tell you not to eat pork, not because God don't want you to eat pork, is that people were dying from eating pork back then. Like that was the biggest thing. And they didn't know anything about that. So like, just don't eat it. God said don't do it. Don't touch yourself. God said don't do it. We cannot fight our biological urge or imperative to reproduce. So when you're talking about going up and road out on somebody, bro, I'm sorry, man, it feels good. You know what I mean? Like it just is what it is. But what I would say is this: when it comes to the modern construct of marriage, people need to plan and understand. I get where you're coming from, brother Justo. I do. I get what you're coming from. And in the eye of this, and like in a perfect world, I would agree. But in this world, I don't agree at all. I ain't gonna lie to you. Getting married in the West is not a good deal for men, and it's a great deal for women. And if anyone on this panel can prove me wrong, I would like to see the documentation. But right now, we all know that 70% of the time, 90% if the woman is extremely educated, they file for divorce. They walk away. They break the covenant with God and their family. And we also know 90% of the time, women are awarded custody. We live in a society where we have monetized children. We have monetized children, and you think that shit ain't gonna go off the rails. One parent has to have their child removed from them so the other parent can get paid money. This is the world we live in. All I'm saying is understand it and make a plan.
All right. So thank you for that. We're going to move on to the next video, guys. Thank you for that conversation.
Wait, so DL is saying how the world is, and basically Dusto is saying how the world should be.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying the world is.
We're going to move on to the next video, guys. We're going to move on to the next conversation. Here we go.
I'll tell you why I used to sleep with women who have boyfriends and husbands, because I'd meet these women and they would basically just give it to me. So I would do it because I can. But one of the bigger reasons why I would sleep with women who have boyfriends and husbands is because a lot of these guys out here was naive, and they would say, my wife would never do that. My girl would never do that. And so I would just sleep with their wives or girls just to prove a point. And the point is that your girl can cheat on you. She's not different. You understand? A lot of these guys, they think that their woman is different. Now, I'm not telling you guys out there to go around sleeping with women who have husbands or boyfriends, because some of these guys nowadays are simps. And so they're going to try to do something to you rather than just break up with the girl or address their woman about it. So I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just saying that I used to do it because I can, and I used to do it just to prove a point, right? So your woman isn't different. She's the same. Don't get it twisted.
Shout out to Lucario. Goddamn.
For the most part, he's correct.
So I'll start with I always start with the balance first. Mr. Bennett.
Well, statistics, I think, bear it out. I mean, the difference between men who cheat and women who cheat is not a lot of variance between the two. The difference may be why, but I think women are being a lot more upfront about it. That a lot of it is just due to, not getting the pleasure from home, if not the attention. So I think they're much more upfront about it. So again, I can't go that much against what he's saying in that regard.
So this guy right here, I'm gonna go to Hink. I'm gonna just go do. This guy is saying I'm sleeping with married women and committed women just because I can, and just to prove a point that these men are naive to think that their women won't cheat on them. Hink, what are your thoughts?
Them heifers ain't shit.
Shout out to Chris Brown.
But you know what? Hey, man, if that's what he want to do, man, he's taking penitentiary chance with that shit. I I don't advise nobody to do some shit like that, but to try to prove a point, that's a dangerous point to try to prove. To sleep with a man's husband, I wouldn't do some shit like that. You know, I don't. I believe in karma, so nah, that's crazy. But there's some women out here doing that shit though, regardless of whatever it is. Like you said, maybe they're not being totally satisfied at home because they're not getting all the attention that they feel they deserve or want. So they seeking it elsewhere, and so that ends up falling into maybe a night or two, and maybe turn into a relationship. Who knows? Yeah. So
and there's an episode of the Ricky Smiley Morning Show where he had a question, basically what we talk about. He said, "Who cheats more, women or men?" He said, "Call in. You don't have to say your name. You can remain anonymous." A lady called in and said, "Yes, women cheat way more than men, probably 90% more than men." She said, "But we're great at it. We're architects of cheating." She said, "Let me tell you why." She said, "I cheated on my husband. I was currently cheating on my husband until I felt bad enough to cut the guy off at work." She said he was younger. She said, "I'm in my early 50s. I work out. This 23-year-old guy starts showing me attention." She said, she said, my husband is a great man, great job, has a career. He's a great father. He's a great husband. We have no problems in our bedroom. She said, it was the curiosity that made me have sex with this man. And she said, I would never tell my husband that I had an affair with him. She said, but it was curious that a young man in his 20s, late 20s, wanted a woman that was 50 years old. And she slept with him based off the curiosity. So we'll get JT. What's your
a wise man once said, "Why give a bitch your heart when she rather have a purse? Why give a bitch your ring when she rather have 9?"
You're so stupid, bro. I tried to hold it in. It's up. It's so stupid. Go ahead.
Wait, what was the last part after the purse?
Well, I give her your itch when she rather have 9.
Inches.
Go ahead, JT.
Shout out to Chris Brown.
Oh my God, bro.
So it's yeah, man. It's we can't put our spouses on so much on a pedestal where they're not human. I mean, people are human, just like we're human. Just like, you know, it takes work for us as men, and we do have to practice, Mr. Bennett. We do have to practice for a while until we just get it right. Monogamy. We do have to practice dick control and all these different things because of, you know, what's innate in us. Again, it's a primitive thing that's in us. So a lot of things that we're talking about could be what's primitive versus what's societal, right? And a lot of these things that we are taught are just what the, you know, society needs us to be, because we got to have norms in order for this world to at least be halfway on the right track. That's all it is. So I agree with everything that dude was saying, man. No doubt.
All right, the Dustosphere. You muted, brother. You muted.
Ooh.
Uh-oh, and he froze. Hello?
Oh, yeah, he froze too. Hold on.
That's just
there you go. There you go.
That's just his face. He always looked like he's frozen.
No, unmute yourself again, brother. You muted again.
You have a mouse cursor? Like, what?
The computer's just moving real slow. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you good.
Okay, I get it. A dude pops up on a red pill. I guess he was from redpill.com. No, all the women cheat. All of them do this. All modern women. I get it. So let's go ahead and be victims, because they're all going to leave us in the gutter bleeding. Let's all go hide under the rock. Wait for the government to come save us. And because it was oppression in 1822 that caused it all. Let's just go ahead and lose and be victims. Instead of saying, hey, what can I do to put myself in the best situation? Get the best woman I can. And yes, I understand that there is a possibility and a lot of people are foul. That is what it is. But let's just marinate in the negativity of all these women's ain't this and we ain't this and oh, this is going to happen. Oh, hold hands and sing. Let's just go ahead and do that. I can be reached at victims.com.
Okay. Now, can I share some with you, Dusto? There's this young man. Hopefully he's watching now. I just texted him. I said, "You bastard, I'm talking about you right now." And so he didn't text me back. But hopefully he's watching. Shout out to Craig. I used to work with this young man named Craig. He was very. He played basketball for a great college. He's a really good athlete. Me and him were in sales together, and he was this guy. And he used to tell me, we used to walk to a store, or on lunch we'll go over to another store, or we'd be everywhere in those cars or whatever, racing cars and shit. And he would say, "Bro, look at that girl at the counter." I said, "Yeah." He said, "She fine." "Oh, I'm gonna get her." I said, "Man, that girl married. This me." He said, "I don't give a damn about that." So he would go approach the young lady. The young lady would say, "I'm married." He said, "I don't care about that." She said, "But I do." He would walk away from the store. It was like a video game to him. It was like a challenge. He would walk out that store and say, "Give me 2 weeks." That he go in there 3 days later, she's saying, "Dude, what I tell you the first time?" No. 2 weeks later, he said, "Come here, bro, I'm gonna show you something." I said, "What?" He hold his phone over the video. The same girl at that counter that said, "I'm married, leave me alone," getting him head on camera.
You know
Your
what?
brother Batman just snitched him right. He just ratted him right on out. Said his government name and everything.
So he moved from that girl. I said, "Oh, that's a one-off. He ain't that good." Dude, he used to do it to he used to target women with rings on their finger just to prove he could fuck them. And he would.
Black man, you're right. All married men on the panel divorce your wives. All people in relationships break up because Craig.
No, but I'm saying, what do you have to say about? What do you have to say about that? I've seen this with my own two.
Can I at least give you a perspective?
It was unbelievable to see this guy.
We believe you.
All these married women.
We believe you. And the guy in the video, you know what? I believe him. And I actually believe with the whole point. But before I answer the point, can I ask you this?
Yeah, go ahead.
How many married women do you think rejected him? And how come we're not talking about that ratio?
A bunch. That's what he likes that though.
Do you think he probably got rejected more than he got,
I don't know, but
it's not a concern to Ruth because he's thinking on a mind of abundance.
Right.
But let's just marinate in the fear because he's going to bang them all.
If you make this generalization, then doesn't that mean that now you got to think about whether or not he bodied your girl?
It's still pretty gross if you think about it. It's like, yeah, there's not that many murders that happen, but they do happen, and it's still like terrible. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I don't know. It's like we could, but not to live in fear though. That I would never encourage anyone to live in fear.
Right.
But,
exactly.
And this
I'm encouraging people to live in fear
because
pick a side.
Hold on, because this is the thing. What he said fundamentally was correct. Right. And this is what I'd be trying to, by the way, this is what I'd be trying to tell people. You look around the world, it is a bunch of average, everyday people married, dating to other everyday average people. This skin tone, 7.8 billion. Guess what? This skin tone's fucking average.
You yellow bastard.
You know what I mean? And so this is what I'm saying, guys.
Shout out to High Yellow. We up in this bitch.
All of them. Look at Mandrill. Like,
guess what? There's guys,
don't we also hear about all these cultures where it's almost like it's culturally accepted, like to have a like for like a lot of Caribbean men have a side chick or Asian men or whatever. It's like it's almost built into the culture. France, where it's like accepted that a guy's going to have his wife and his family, but he's also going to have his mistress. It's like
all of the new songs, they all talk about having somebody else's woman,
and the females are singing them. And the females are singing them.
I make this so miserable.
No. Tyrese, what I'm saying is, Tyrese, I was in the car. My
daughter, Tyrese,
I was in the car. Hello, Tyrese, it's the reality. I was in the car with my daughter. She's 14. Shit, I got so many. I've been losing age. Yeah, she's 14. So we're in the car. And she was listening to something. She was just singing, and I'm like, and I'm driving, and all of a sudden, you know how you just calm down and hit your ass. It hit me. I said, "Whoa, what the wait?" I said, "What's she talking about?" I said, "Hold on." And I was listening to SZA. She was listening to SZA, and SZA was talking about fuck the wife, get the husband, fuck the husband, send him back to his wife. All the women need to do that. So you can have your vacation and your dick too.
None of this is new, y'all. And
I'm sorry, none of this is new because BM, who was twerking for the 99-2000?
Forget twerking. Forget twerking. This is for Brother Tarus. This is for Brother Tarus. Brother, this is for you, Brother Tarus. I just want to say one lyric. I want to say one lyric, and only old people and people in the music gonna know this lyric. I think Brother Hank might know this lyric.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. Who's making love to your old lady while you out making love? This shit ain't new. This ain't new. Shout out to all the old heads up in this piece. Hey, y'all get that little T right there, boy. Go
Taylor, man. Give me now.
Yeah. Man, hey,
So
that's a great
anyway,
thing,
to answer
bro.
the actual question,
I mean, Shirley Murdoch made a whole album on that shit.
real.
Yep.
What this
Talk
guy
about
said is
genocide.
absolutely true, but this is what it gets back to what we're talking about. Sometimes guys will be a self-fulfilling prophecy if they think their girl is capable of cheating on them and they start acting on insecurities, and all of a sudden you start looking real insecure, right? You start getting like possessive and always controlling and always accusing her of some shit she ain't even fucking do. And then all of a sudden she's like, and I'm not saying that's all, but I'm saying sometimes you can basically become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Some guys are so insecure with themselves that they fuck themselves over.
Yeah, but most chicks you're talking about could be cheating by not just having sex. Cheating's more than just having sex. Having
Sure
inappropriate
is.
conversation
Hell
is
yeah.
cheating.
Well, we had that
Entertaining
show-
another man.
we had that show about those office relationships, right?
Having that connection.
But it goes back to the point where where there's some women who will go, well, a man watching porn is cheating.
She could consider that cheating,
right? And see, all of a sudden, and that's what I'm saying. Like the stand,
That's you and your partner.
then you
I
agree
gotta
with me. It
figure out what the
depends, right?
definition
It doesn't
of
apply
is.
to everyone.
That's the question that's got to be asked. But you going out and having,
But that's why you have a conversation.
Yes, but that's why you also don't act upon your insecurities. That's what also, by the way, screws over a
Women
lot of
do it all the
women
time,
because
dog.
they
That's what
always
they
think
call
their
women
man is
intuitions.
cheating, and then their man just, you know what, fuck this, I'm out of here, man. I'm done with this.
Women
shit.
do it all the
Did we not
time,
just
so
watch
this
a
is
video
called
of a
women
man doing that
intuition.
yesterday?
What do you think
You know
women
what I mean? So
intuition
it's
is all
like,
about? Their insecurities.
Like it's a lot of men out there. There are a lot of people out there who refuse to just accept shit. We all said that like everywhere except America, it seems.
Yeah.
That people understand the side chick concept. People understand that certain type men are going to have more women, right? It used to be like that here. Black man has talked about it on this platform multiple times. Mr. Johnny got how many families, black man? You muted. You muted.
Go to the funeral. You
A whole
find
bunch of
how many half siblings.
A whole church full of them.
The whole church full of Mr. Johnny. So this is it's just now that people want to believe this concept that we're gonna be monogamous and we're gonna do this, that, and the third. And here's the thing: there are a lot of men out there who would gladly be monogamous just to get into a relationship to be with a woman, any woman. We saw that yesterday on this platform. We had this dude who was halfway decent looking guy, tall, with the worst looking woman I think I've ever seen. And like, man, look, it was if I wasn't so messed up on that football game, I would have had some words about Shorty. She was horrible.
Yeah, she was horrible.
That woman was horrible looking, bro. But she had the wig with. That's the first time I ever seen a wig with a chin strap on it, boy. She had a chin strap on that wig, boy. You know what I mean? Like, God almighty.
Dusty, he looked at pretty Dusty himself.
Actually, it was a battery pack.
Ooh, boy, look, I swear to Dusty is him. Hey, look, hey, look, I swear to God, I saw her in the huddle. I saw that bitch in the huddle, like, yo, what's going on? Shorty had the chin strap on, like, yo, hey, I right, 64 blast on 2. That bitch went back first. Get on the ball, man. She was the center. That's how bad she looked. I couldn't do it yesterday. My mind wasn't right, but I'm here today. But here's the thing. Even that woman has a mind of abundance. The thing is what's going on, and like with the red space, and Terus is going to be on my platform tomorrow. We're going to talk about this tomorrow. We're going to talk about the bottom 80. We're going to talk about the basement dwellers tomorrow. The thing is, those bottom 80 guys do not have an abundance mindset. And that, my friend, is an issue. The top 20 guys, look, Lucario, look, that was the brother we just saw in the video. That's Lucario. He's one of the heavy hitters in the red pill space. There's nothing special about that brother. I ain't talking shit about him. It ain't nothing special about that brother.
Absolutely.
Except for one thing. He know to holler at bitches. He know how to holler at bitches. Just like Black Man's Friend. Say, watch this here, boy. I'm going to get this. Give me 3 weeks. And he got a little shorty giving him dome in 3 weeks. Am I saying that every woman is like that? I'm not saying he could get every woman. He couldn't get Terus's, that dude can't get Terus's wife. Absolutely not. I'm not saying that, but
Shit,
he
if this
can
was
get
early in my
somebody
marriage,
else's.
He could, because I was fucking reckless out here. That's
But
what
here's the
I'm
thing.
telling y'all, bro.
But let's stay on mission. The point is this: if given a chance, every man will be with as many women as he could if given a chance. We got two beautiful women on this panel right now. It would how hard would it be for either one of these two beautiful women on the panel to get a dude up in the crib? They can make that shit happen in the next 15 minutes. It's 30 dudes in their DMs right now saying, "You heard that shit DL said? I know he was just talking, but you know I can be over there in 15 minutes."
Talking about
Can you imagine Coach K right now looking in the camera saying, "The first one in my DM, get some of this Eminem."
Nigga, it will be a goddamn the internet a break, nigga.
It'll be 150.
But that goes back to what Hank and JC
internet a
been
break.
saying, right? Self-control, self-discipline.
I'll deactivate
things
my
like
account
that.
right
Just
now.
because you can doesn't mean you should.
But Tarus, all I'm saying
With
is this:
great power
I
comes
hear
great responsibility,
I
you know
hear
what I
all
mean?
that, bro. I hear all that, but biologically speaking, it's all bullshit. The problem
Bro,
is this:
people keep using biologically when 99.9% of our environment is a social construct. I'm starting to think that people keep using biology and don't really know what that means. I
Not
need
really.
to sit in black and white, guys.
Now,
No,
hold on, man, hold on.
it's to
If
make
you
you aware.
saying black- if you
Tyrus,
keep
when
saying
I
biology,
talk
I need
about,
to see it in black and white.
hey, but listen, Tyrus, when I talk about, or when most of us, you got to understand, we do have to talk about things in more than one lens. It's not the fact that it's saying it's the rules, the fact that it's saying that a lot of times when you go against what you are naturally supposed to be doing, that shit fucks up. Look at what the world is happening right now because of social constructs, because of how other people want things to go.
Yeah, that's why.
And at the end of the day, when we talk about things in biology, we have to at least mention it to say that, hey man, there's a reason why these things are just happening. They don't just happen. And one of the things that we have to talk about is the primitive state of a.
Don't point to the Bible. That's what I'm asking. Point to something scientific.
You can.
You're going to use the biological army.
I'm not pointing to the
do
Bible.
the lower brain. Like
Right.
biology is to keep us alive. So there are things that we do. Now, the primitive brain is not helpful anymore because the shit that we had to, avoid to keep us alive. Now it's like getting out of bed. Oh my gosh, danger. It's like, no, you're going to be fine.
Right. So in order to usher one another, we
And
have to
hormones
still
and all
say
that.
that these things still exist. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying. We're not saying that they're the rule. That's
And
all.
brother
I'm saying.
Tarus, and let me say this real quick. Brother Tarus, let me say this to you real quick. I'm not talking about the Bible. Y'all know I'm the friendly neighborhood heathen. I don't subscribe to it, but I know the stories. But here's the thing, I'll ask you this, Brother Tarus. What percentage of women throughout the history of the human species has reproduced versus what percentage of men throughout the history of the human species has reproduced? Do you know those numbers?
I do not know those numbers.
We're gonna talk about it tomorrow. We'll talk about it tomorrow. I tell you this.
We got another track, man. I think you want white chocolate this time.
I want to see what you got, man. You surprised me with that shit. Keep surprising me. You got some dance, you got some reggae in there. Shit,
I do, but I do have an Asian girl that sounds like she a sister.
Oh, you better play
here we
that
go.
shit.
Here we go right now.
That's the way every day goes. Every time we have no control. If the sky is pink and white, if the ground is black and yellow, it's the same way you showed me. On my head, don't close my eyes. Halfway on a slow move, it's the same way you showed me. If you could fly, then you'd feel south. Up north's getting cold soon. The way it is, we're on land. So I'm someone to hold true. Keep you cool when it's still alive. Won't let you down when it's all ruined. Just the same way you showed me.
Sing, girl, sing.
Great.
Y'all
I
got
need
to
a
build this
link to
motherfucker.
this,
A lot of those artists over there, they don't even speak English. That
They
whole
don't.
They sure
K-pop
don't.
thing over there, they
They
sing
don't.
these songs flawlessly.
That
and
bastard
can't
can
speak English
sing.
at all.
That was
In my
good.
mama's words, in my mother's words, that bastard can sing. You hear me?
Hey, y'all go on YouTube and just type in "Through the Fire" on Showtime at the Apollo. This woman came out from, I think she was from South Korea. The only English she spoke was the lyrics to that song.
I think it's called K-pop. I think that's that whole
Well, yeah,
genre.
K-pop, that whole
they have
genre.
those like America Got Talent shows from there. I heard this one guy. He sung what's that guy? All of Me Wants All of You. What's that guy?
John Legend.
John Legend.
John Legend.
Yeah, he rocked the Legend song that was just like.
Mandrell done went to sleep. Yeah, look at y'all. Mandrell done went to sleep.
I'm about to say, I want to get Mandrell. Mandrell, what's your thoughts on the video, bro? You muted.
I think the most fascinating part in this whole discussion about this part of this video is that nobody addressed the real problem. Is that sick bastard is targeting married women.
Married women. Yep.
And I think he deserves to be shotgunned in the face.
I didn't get to speak yet. But.
And the thing is, y'all niggas think that shit funny, but that's not funny to me.
It ain't
the
funny.
The thing is, it's the difference if you hook up with a woman, you don't know she's married. That's
right.
One thing. But if you know that chick's married, or if ladies, you know that man is married, you target them anyway, you're the fucking problem.
Yep.
Okay?
I agree.
And I hope you burn in 7 hells. That kind of shit. Let me finish. The thing is, that's that kind of shit right there. People like that, men like him, I don't listen to them. I don't associate with them. They're not in my circle. I don't like them. I don't like the fact that they breathe the same air I do. And I wish they weren't here anymore. I would like to personally take part in that too. So when it comes to people whose moral compass is that low, I tune them out. I don't deal with that. So,
and for all the law enforcement people out there, Brother Mandrell is using hyperbole, y'all. He's just using hyperbole. That's all I'm saying to all law enforcement, all the prosecutors out there.
The thing is, call it what you want, but I'm just saying, some people ain't got a sense of humor about that shit. And guys like him need to really, really watch yourself.
Hey, now, he has something to say. Now, before you go, this dude, this guy right here, Cody is King, is about to probably going to say the same thing you're about to say. He said that's all fine and dandy, Mandrell, but that guy is not the person who is married.
Yeah,
that's true.
Let brother Hank cook. Let brother Hank cook.
Wait, and let me respond to it. He's not the person who's married. True, but that's why they both need to get it. So
y'all not gonna push the woman. I know Terrell, whatever his name is. He's
my thing is,
He gonna justify why?
No, my thing is this. Here's the thing. Yeah, if you're married to that person, you handle that. Yeah, if you're married to the person, you handle that situation accordingly. Make sure you got your affairs in order so you can go ahead and give that person their outright release.
Now, Brother Mandrell, let me ask you this real quick. With Sharia law, when a woman is found to be adulterous, we know what happened to her. She gets stoned. What about a man? What happens to a man if he's found to be adulterous in Sharia law?
In Sharia law? But we don't live under Sharia law.
No. But I'm just curious. Do they do anything? Because I know you know more about it than I
here's
do.
the thing. You can. You definitely can. That's up to the guy. But you think it's such a uber patriarchal society. They're like, oh no. You were married to me, and plus you're a woman. You don't really have the rights anyway. You're supposed to do what I tell you to do and be here for me. And they're all stuck on the woman. That's where their focus is.
Okay, you know cool. I just wanted to know the answer. I'm not trying to. I wasn't trying to make a point.
That's what their focus is. It's just all on the woman.
Man, you know what was crazy, bro? When I was deployed both times in Iraq, it was such a shitty environment because all the women were forced to stay inside, and then like the hookah lounges and all this shit, all the outdoor activities, you'd see men holding hands with other men, and it'd just be a whole bunch of other dudes.
Right.
Women weren't allowed outside.
Right, exactly.
The biggest sausage fest ever.
Yeah, exactly.
That as an example, and shit.
Bro, and the thing is, like the society over there is so different from ours, man. Like
bullshit, y'all put in that military.
The society is so different over there from ours, man. Like in Afghanistan, like in those
the mountains.
in the mountains and shit, like they look at it like this. Like this is what they use little boys for.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say
that. Okay, fair enough.
They got beauty packets for sheep.
Here's one thing. Back on the point. My thing is, we look at this kind of stuff and we tend to brush over that guy's wrongdoing. I understand that these chicks are married to their husbands and they should be handled accordingly too, you know, with the divorce and whatnot. But you cannot overlook that guy is actively going after married women. I have a problem with that. And we need to speak out against guys like him.
All right,
He
man.
is a fucking. This is a final thought.
You got 30 seconds. Go.
He is one of the big problems in our. If we're going to talk about our community, because there ain't no black community, this shit's gone. But if there's one of the problems, it's motherfuckers like him. You know what I'm saying? They got to go, and we can't overlook what they're doing, and we can't brush it under the rug or minimize it. No, that's a fucking problem, and he needs to be. Him and other people like him need to be dealt with. We don't need him.
All right. Appreciate you, Mandrell. Hey, we'll see, Mandrell. You cooking tomorrow? You cooking tomorrow on your show?
I might. I don't know.
Okay, I'll call you. All right, guys. Mandrell in the building. Appreciate you, boy. All right, we got 4 minutes, so I get everybody out. He give everybody 30 seconds. We get out of here fast enough. Go ahead.
Man, look at that. Every last hoe that sleeps with that man is a trash ass bitch.
Damn.
You trash, dude. We're gonna hold this man accountable. Yeah, he did wrong. But I feel like we need to hold married folks to a higher standard. Because their priorities should be a lot further along than some single-minded ass chick or dude. You need to be held to a higher standard because you already know marriage is a beautiful thing. You know marriage, people need to be together and all the great benefits of it. This single man, the single woman or single man, they don't understand all the benefits. And that's probably why they're still single. But you know the benefits of it. Yet you're going out here accepting some stray dick. You know what's on the line? That makes no sense to me. So, yeah, I can't co-sign with that shit, putting it all on that man. No, I can't put it all on that man. That married woman should bear the brunt of that.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you, man. Hey, y'all, make sure y'all go over to the basement and like and subscribe over there, man. He got his own show called The Basement. Make sure y'all go support him on The Basement. Mods, go ahead and put that in the chat so everybody can go over there and like that. All right, appreciate you, man. And thank you for always being here for your brother, man. I appreciate you, man. All right. Who we got up next here? All right, we got Tyrus. 30 seconds, Tyrus. Let's go. 30 seconds. Go.
Hey, man. Once again, thanks for having me on. One of the few times I agree with Hink, even though I'm glad to know I got an apartment rent free in Hink's Head. You know what I mean? So if the economy ever collapsed, I got a place to move in. That's dope. Guys, please stop being bitter. All right, shit happens. Guess what? You know how many times I've been rejected in my life? You move the fuck on, and you lick your wounds. You move on. Now, you want to have an in-depth conversation? We can do that. But please don't get on camera and start whining about how all women ain't shit, because me and my daughters are going to laugh at your video and be like, damn, this dude ain't shit. Those are my final thoughts.
Thank you so much, man. That was 29 seconds. Appreciate you, brother. All right. Let's give it up for my boy JT. 30 seconds, JT. Go. I know you're going to kill it. Go. You're going to beat the time too, baby. Let's go.
All right. Hey, look, man, it was a great conversation, man. I enjoyed everybody. We need to keep this conversation going. I left it here, bro. I have no more to add to it. Only thing I need to add is follow me on What We Know podcast with me and my boy Rob on Thursday nights. You brought up something. You started this conversation. We might be having another conversation, continued conversation about this, bro. So again, follow me again at What We Know podcast on YouTube. And I'm out.
All right, man. See you in the back, brother. Mr. Bennett. Hey, he got his done in 27. Mr. Bennett, 30 seconds. Go.
Relationships are not hard work, but we're just hard-headed. And I think we need to just do better at improving ourselves and just making decisions. All relationships about making right decisions. And sometimes it takes us a lifetime to get there. For some people, it takes a sooner time, but it's all about here. Make the right decisions that'll benefit you in the long run. That's all I got.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Bennett. We'll see you on Friday at the shop. All right. We got, let's see here. Hold on. I get my boy back in here. All right. My bad. Mr. Bennett, and get you down. Okay. So we got Dusto, 30 seconds. Well, 20 seconds, Dusto. 20.
Good evening, everyone. My name is B.A. Victim. I can be reached at victim.net. Unfortunately, they keep talking about we need to have more families. We need to put people together. Then we tell them, oh, don't go over there. The women cheating. All of them are cheating. All the horrible. They're going to take into the system till they cleanse. They're going to get it all. So either we're going to tell them to become better and how to navigate through some things. And yes, there are risks, or just tell them to be victims. But when you decide to be a victim and no, they're all going to get you. The very women that you're talking about are going to get you is the ones that you can only spend your time dealing with, because you can't get the wives now. You eliminated yourself. It just doesn't make sense. That's all I got.
All right, man. Make sure you're here on Friday. Well, we're gonna address that woman right there. I appreciate it. All right, Beautiful Anime, 15 seconds. Go.
Oh, that's fucked up. Happy New Year, y'all. My thing about marriage is real simple. You know, how you want your marriage is how you should have your relationship. Marriage doesn't fix anything. Piece of paper, piece of a ring does not fix anything. How you want your serious relationship in the marriage is how you should be handling your relationship beforehand. Communication is key. And the first conversation, honest conversation you should have is the one with yourself, about yourself, and your needs and wants.
Oh, you beat the time, you bastard. Oh, you done?
Also,
you got 10 more seconds.
Stop.
Go ahead.
Reclaiming my time.
I gotta go pick my daughter up.
So
I gotta go pick my baby up. Go ahead.
Oh fuck, you fucked me up.
DL Saint, 30 seconds. No, I'm sorry, 25 seconds. DL Saint, go.
25 seconds. Look, with respect to Brother Mandrell, I don't agree. That woman in Brother Mandrell's story at the convenience store, look where she worked. That dude couldn't keep her happy. That was doomed from the get-go. Nothing can be done about it. It is what it is. Do all women cheat? No. Do all men cheat? No. Do the majority? Yes. You know what I mean? It is what it is. All I want to say is this, people, plan. Men and women, y'all need to plan. Understand how the world works. Accept the facts and move accordingly. That's it. If you don't plan and you get wrecked, that's your fault. You know what I mean? Y'all can find me on DL Saying I Really Want to Know podcast on YouTube. Y'all can catch me over here on Black Man Unfiltered. I'm always over here riling out because they be hitting harder than NBA, the NFL over here. You know what I mean? And shout out to Cincinnati. Shout out to Deer Park. Shout out to Avondale, the A1. You know what I mean? That's how we do it. We up in here. And how about them Bengals? I'm out of here, y'all.
Appreciate you, boy. All right. Coach K, you got anything you want to say?
That was spicy.
20, we got 25 seconds. Both of us do.
Only thing I would say is control the controllables. Be honest about what is within directly your control, and that's it. I don't want to hear you crying about anything else. Okay, that's it.
Absolutely. Hey, a great show tonight. Thank you for the cast that was here. We're going to continue to bring great conversations to you guys. It's been an amazing show tonight. Thank you so much, everybody that came. Coach K, thank you for always being a great co-host. I love you to death. Thank you so much.
You're hilarious.
Man, and Happy New Year to you and your family and to everyone that's on the panel tonight.
Yeah.
We appreciate you guys, man. And we'll see you guys on tomorrow with the Sports Show, 1-on-1 Sports Show at 7 Central Standard Time, and then Mandrell 8:30 Central Standard Time, but unapologetic. So we appreciate you guys. You guys have a great night. We out.